When a spouse passes away, the one left behind is usually consumed by a single, desperate question: will we ever see each other again? It is an incredibly heavy, universal grief, tied to the hope that two souls are permanently meant for one another. In Hindu tradition, marriage is treated as a sacred cosmic vow. As the couple pours ghee into the sacred fire, they call upon Agni, the fire god, as their witness, making a clear promise to remain bound together for 7 lifetimes. This multi-lifetime promise is cemented through a ritual called the Saptapadi. By stepping on the mounds of rice, the bride and groom take 7 physical steps, turning a completely abstract spiritual vow into a concrete earthly action. But when the physical body dies, that romantic promise collides with a harsh reality. While pop culture and folklore offer a magical, guaranteed reunion in the afterlife, ancient Hindu scriptures present a stark, jarring warning. The Garuda Purana, a primary ancient text dealing with death and the afterlife, reveals something deeply counterintuitive. It states that if a surviving spouse excessively grieves and clings to the memory of their dead partner, they are actually harming the departed soul. Holding on hurts the person you love, because the universe does not organize the afterlife based on human romance. Instead, it relies on a strict, unyielding accounting system known as karma. This Sanskrit manuscript is a foundational text of the Bhagavad Gita, which states clearly that the physical body is merely a temporary garment. The soul itself is immortal and, crucially, identityless. Earthly titles like husband and wife belong strictly to the mortal body. Because the body perishes, the physical identity of the marriage is permanently severed at the moment of death. The soul drops its earthly titles and leaves this physical plane completely alone. This brings us to a complex mechanism called Rinanubandh, which translates to karmic debt. This animated ledger shows how human connections actually work. People never cross paths by accident. Every relationship is a specific energetic transaction waiting to be cleared. If two souls do reunite in a future life, their sole purpose is to settle this unfinished ledger. They might return as siblings, business partners, or even bitter enemies. A romantic reunion is absolutely not guaranteed. The quality of the marriage dictates the weight of this debt. A relationship built on ego and control breaks easily in the afterlife, but a deeply selfless marriage, rooted in sacrifice and mutual respect, leaves a heavy spiritual gravity on the soul that takes much longer to resolve. So that famous wedding vow of 7 lifetimes operates differently than we think. It functions as a metaphor for the immense span of time required for 2 deeply entangled souls to finally balance their cosmic scales. According to the Garuda Purana, the soul does not instantly vanish into the ether after death. It enters a subtle, invisible state, lingering in the immediate environment around its family for up to 13 days. During this highly vulnerable window, the hovering soul remains intensely perceptive. It acutely feels and absorbs the intense grief, sorrow, and desperate pleas of the surviving spouse. Warning tone. This creates a severe spiritual hazard known as moha, or deep worldly attachment. A living spouse's refusal to let go acts as a heavy spiritual anchor, trapping the departed soul and preventing its necessary forward journey. This is exactly why the rigid 13 days of Hindu mourning rituals exist. Actions like placing the body on the pyre and performing final rites are not designed to hold on to the dead. They are engineered to systematically sever earthly ties and initiate the soul's release. Overcoming this devastating grief, then, becomes the ultimate act of selfless love. Letting go is the only way you can allow the departed soul to bravely face its individual karma and move on. We can now answer the core question definitively. Yes, the physical, earthly relationship of husband and wife permanently ends at the exact moment of death. Whether those 2 specific souls ever cross paths again is entirely out of human hands. That outcome is dictated solely by the blind, impartial scales of karma. This realization directly addresses the heavy guilt many surviving spouses carry. Moving on, living fully, or even remarrying is never a betrayal of the past. It is a direct alignment with the universe's natural law of forward motion. This seemingly tragic reality actually offers a beautiful liberation. Because we have absolutely no control over the afterlife, our obsession with future lives is a complete distraction from the present. The ultimate lesson of the Garuda Purana is remarkably grounded. Your highest spiritual duty is not to meticulously plan for an eternal romance, but to treat your partner with absolute love, respect, and zero ego in the severely limited time you have together today.